What's up, guys? Welcome back to the No Gimmicks podcast here on the DFPN. We are back with our Before They Blow Up series, and today I have a very, very special guest. I saw this guy wrestle about 2 weeks ago at an MPX show that I went to. Shout out to MPX Pro Wrestling in the Bedford area. And this guy stood out amongst everything else that I saw. There was a lot of great talent on that card. Some guys that you have seen on the No Gimmicks podcast. And this guy, when I saw him, I was like, this guy has something. There's something about him. And the fact that when he came out, my son actually gravitated towards him. I knew I wanted him on the show. So I reached out. He was gracious enough to give us some of his time. Please welcome, and I hope I don't butcher his name, Kaimi. How you doing, sir?
How's it, my brothers and sisters? What's up?
How you doing, man?
I'm good, brother. How about you?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for giving us your time on the show, man. Really appreciate it. Let's get right into it, man. This was the first time I saw you was your first match actually on the mainland. You wrestle out of Hawaii, correct?
Yep. So, bro, it's an honor. I feel like I've been dealt in,
Yeah.
Talent varies no matter where you are. And I feel like that match I had at MPX was only a taste of what's to come here in the future. So on that note, one brother named Shimbashi had that opportunity to break me in. And, aside from the fact that I was all up in his grill and he got that dub over me, I don't think I should be mad at the fact that he got that dub over me. Brother, I think I should be thanking him. For that booty whipping he gave me. I think he has helped me break into this business more than ever. And brother, I intend to make good use of that lesson.
I appreciate that. And I don't think you have any reason to hold your head down after that. I think for the first time, this is the first time any audience on the mainland has seen you. And
and brother, it's such an honor about the reaction I got as soon as I walked all those curtains. And although people had their yays and boos, brother, to each their own. As long as I show up and show up, I happy, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely great work. This was a splash. You made a big splash on your first match on the mainland. So with that, you were doing some stuff in this match. Shimbashi is a heck of an opponent to have your first match against on the mainland. What is your athletic background? Because you guys, this was a fast-paced match. Didn't seem like you were tired in there. Looked like you still had more gas to go. This was more of a mental chess match than anything.
Oh, bro.
So what is your athletic background?
So, fun fact, not only does Hawaiian flow through my blood, but a bit of volleyball. So men's volleyball is real big in Hawaii, bro. And I was real blessed for when my relatives brought me into the sport, because my mom, all my aunties, and my grandma, they were coaches. So it kind of came natural to me. I think I was in 7th or 8th grade when I started playing middle blocker for the first time and fell in love with the sport. So plyometric workouts, they're a practical pastime to me.
Don't sleep on the plyos, man.
One of the hardest things I ever done in my life was jumping on a chair, getting off of it, and doing it all over again.
Right.
I also tried actual amateur wrestling my junior year of high school. I remember the season ending just before the whole shebang with COVID happened. But I thought, I like getting to contact sport. I like getting to professional wrestling. So I thought I had to train like one. And did mat wrestling do that like that?
That's another thing I wanted to point out. You do have a bunch of I was going to ask you that. Do you have a background in amateur wrestling? Because you move around the mat like an amateur wrestler. And everything you do has a bit of discipline to it. You can tell you're very disciplined in there. You don't allow for a lot of mistakes to happen. You're very calculated on what you're doing, and it shows. It shows in that. So being from Hawaii, the first name that comes to my mind is a guy, Don Morocco.
Yeah.
Legend in the business.
Literally, bro.
There's been countless legends that have come from Hawaii. How do you look to stand on your own and create your own legacy?
Bro, I tell you this. I come from a place where hospitality, I like to say, helps guide my culture to a better future. I was raised around good and kind people. Actually, most of the time, those people would be strangers. But no matter who it was, no matter where it was, rather those same people would treat me like their family. And that's how I believe like I'll stand out. Because when I get in that ring, I intend to wrestle with Aloha and build this community around me through any style I wrestle with. Whether I take my time and wrestle and take a step ahead of my opponent, or whether trying to get to the point and winning, I try to draw eyes because I believe when drawing eyes, I can build these relationships through me. And those said relationships can thrive through me because brothers and sisters have built one connection through me.
Right.
So if I get to amplify said connection, I feel like I stand out towards people.
Nice. I like that. One thing that we were talking about before the show is what you say when you come out. Like a lot of people don't know what this means, but if you know an Islander or you grew up in an Islander, like you come out choo and it hits, right? So how important is that for you to carry that with you and represent like this culture of Pacific Islander? Whether it's Melanesian, Micronesian, Polynesian, what have you, how important is that to you?
Brother, nothing but an honor. Because not only do I come from this small sandwich islands with this huge, immense culture, I get the chance for spread said culture and share to people why I am the way I am through wrestling.
Yeah.
Whether I wrestle you and shout words and phrases that no one has ever heard of before, or, to stuff like showing you what I eat for make me feel at home.
Right.
All of these, I believe to be roots that intervene. And all these roots lead to one tree. And this tree is blossoming and growing with every single day. And I couldn't be more proud how green this tree has become.
No, I love it. Yeah. And you're the first person I've heard do that too when you come out. And even in the match you do it. It's like he's the only person that I know, because out of all the Islanders that I know that wrestle, like the Usos, Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, what have you, you're the first person I've heard that like does this. And it's like it's awesome to hear it because like, for instance, I've seen Samoa Joe wrestle around this area, right? Yep. And when he came here, the audience was doing that.
Oh, wow.
During the match. And I was laughing because he wasn't acknowledging it. It's like he doesn't acknowledge it, he doesn't do it. And then it's like you brought this gem out. And when you do it, people acknowledge it. And I'm like, please keep doing this because it's awesome. You know what I mean? It's like an acknowledgement. And you'll know who you people are in the crowd because they will acknowledge you.
Right. It's just involuntary at some points. Like I could be getting whipped and it just comes out. It's so funny.
It's awesome, man. I love it. Speaking of that, did your family come to the show with you?
Oh yeah. So, bro, so I get family in Hawaii watching. I get family here in the mainland. Bro, I'm so honored because not only did they raise me, because they're my practical roots. Right. If we're talking about roots, brother, they're the intervention and the intertwining of my genetics and whatnot. So not only are they excited for this journey I'm taking upon myself, they're proud of it. Why? Because they believe I'm pursuing a path where I can share aloha and hospitality and all the while being happy and at peace with myself and admitting it towards other people in the crowd. You know, being a part of my family has taught me many things, but you know, having them along with my journey and seeing it come to fruition, it means nothing but the world to me.
Okay. So how important is that for your family to be? You just answered that question, but
yeah,
it's really important for your family to be on that journey with you.
Yeah, they've been getting deep in. I know because I see my grandma. She watches Dark Side of the Ring all the time.
Oh, really?
Funny, yeah.
That's like deep hardcore love.
I didn't know it existed before they told me about. They're watching all these documentaries about the dark side and like all these past lives. It's so fun. It's so fun.
Yeah. Dark Side of the Ring is a really good series.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I didn't get the chance to like take it upon myself and sit down and watch it, but like they telling me all these stories about Jimmy Snuka and you know, all these old wrestlers, and bro, it's insane.
It's definitely, if you really want to know, it dives into both the good and bad history of
the
So if you really want to know the ins and outs of how everything worked, then it's a great series to watch. I definitely recommend it. Right. So where else are you trying to perform on the mainland? I know this isn't your first and last stop. So
bro, anywhere and everywhere I can get. East Coast, West Coast, maybe even foreign countries like Canada, Europe, Japan, Mexico, wherever there is pro wrestling, I want to try and divide and conquer.
You're keeping your options open.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. My end goal is to not only just make a name for myself, but to just take in the fact and just travel and appreciate that I get to do all these good things. Brother, I get to travel the world and pursue the passion that I love so much. It's a once in a lifetime kind of deal. And I'm so happy that I get the opportunity to walk through this door. But more importantly, I want to make people realize that they can do the same. That brothers and sisters can be proactive in their path to their dreams.
Right.
That they can actually achieve their goals by taking that first step.
Right. I like that. So what does the rest of 2023 look like for you?
Can't say nothing much, but good times and Big Island vibes, brother.
I will definitely be keeping my eyes open for you because I know what I saw. I know I have a knack for these things. I know if I feel it, like I'm gonna see you down the road on someone's television. I know.
I hope to not let you down, brother.
I hope to see you.
You and your son.
Yeah, my son loves you, dude. Like loves you. So I hope to see you soon, and see you at a show with my son, and he'd be like, "Oh, that's the guy that I saw. Yep, that's him." And you're doing big things. So I really do hope to see you. Before we go, normally I play this game with people. I have a streak going, and there's a question I ask at the end, and I have a streak going. I hope to break it, but with you, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to break it. So we'll see. So I'm going to ask either or, and you give me an answer.
All
right, you ready? All right, J-Bug or Spawn Breezy?
Spawn Breezy. Ooh. Bro. Oh, that's tough. I think I have to go with Spawn Breezy.
Okay.
Because ever since EM Tongi performed it at American Idol, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It just hit, bro.
Yes.
So glad he won.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations to him too.
Yeah, I know.
I was pulling for him.
Big really man from Kahuku doing me proud.
Yeah, man. He did his thing. I loved it. Right. Speaking of that, I have another one. Fiji.
Okay.
Or Kalohi Kai.
Oh, Kalohi Kai. Ooh, bro. Bro, you bro, this is some real good questions right here. But
I'm asking because I know only you would know this. Like, this is a conversation that pretty much me and you would know.
Yeah. I'll advise, I think, Kolohe Kai, because I grew up with him first before ever hearing Fiji for the first time. And although Fiji hits hard, I think
yes, he does.
Kolohe Kai tugs at my heartstrings a bit more. No pun intended.
Yeah. You can't hear it, but he's playing in the background.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. My wife's playing music over there.
Yes.
It's Kolohe Kai. So, last question, and this is the one.
All right.
Face or heel?
Oh! Bruh. Oh, man. From the way I work to the way I come out to the way I wrestle in the ring, I'd say face.
What? Oh, I got one. Finally. No one that has been on the show has answered with face except
for real.
Yeah, you're the first.
Wow. It's just this, I don't know, because the reactions I had at MPX were good enough, but I heard all the supportive people in the crowd, and it hits me, bro.
Yeah.
It hits me.
Yeah.
And like, I'm working these and I can actually connect through you, and I'm making you feel these ways and all these emotions. And that's what I'm hoping. Like, during this interview, my whole big thing was showing hospitality and aloha. And what better way than to connect, you know? Snaps. You build these communities with these relationships and these brothers and sisters coming together and talking about topics like me.
Yeah.
And something else. And then they add on, and it turns into something beautiful. And it's just something you can't like pass up.
Yeah.
It's such a wonderful opportunity to just be yourself, and other people around you naturally gravitate to me, like you and your son. Like, I've built something with your son and you, and it's such an honor that I get to say thank you and be able to talk to you face to face like adults and appreciate what we have right here.
This is one of my favorite interviews. I'm not going to lie to you.
Bro,
this is one of my favorites.
I can't thank you enough for having me on this show. My first ever interview, my first ever podcast, bro.
This was awesome. This was
really awesome.
This is a great interview. Before we go, please let the people know where they can find you. So I want to put as much eyes on you as possible.
Brothers and sisters, if you like party with me, my Twitter and Insta is at ITZ_KAIMI. It's Kaimi. And my Facebook right now, it's Kaimi McCallahan.
All right.
It has the shaka on the logo.
Awesome, man. Well, I do appreciate your time, man. Thank you so much. You are a friend of the podcast. Anytime you want to come back on, man, just let us know.
Love for a comeback, of course.
Awesome, man. We'd love to have you back. This was a great interview, and
of course,
again, I love to have you back on.
Of course, thank you, brother.
All right, man. So for everybody else out there, thank you guys for tuning into this episode of No Gimmicks Before They Blow Up. Until next time, peace.